Okay.
We're not actually live, right?
No, now we are. Oh,
Wait, no. But like, I don't know what live means.
how epic would it be if it was live and like we're just dropping like bombs everywhere and people are like, "Oh, it's going down."
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Happy Hour with Bougie and Mark. I'm Bethany. This is Mark. And basically,
Hey.
this is Mark. Basically, we are here to entertain you today, talk a little bit of educational stuff, and just kind of have a good time.
Yeah. I brought some friends with me, so we're all here to
We're all,
hang out.
I finally got my order of rosé. Yay! Rosé all day.
See, the bottle's almost gone. That means she got it like 2 hours ago.
Actually, this is from last night.
Last night, sure.
Oh, last night, 2 hours ago.
When I was on my Peloton, that's when it's from.
Well, yeah. I mean, have you ever tried to work out without being drunk? It's terrible.
You know, the last time I worked out was like, I don't know, ninth grade.
Wait, you don't work out at all? Like, nothing for, like, your heart?
No, I'm heart unhealthy for life, I
So,
guess.
well, we need to fix that because, I mean, we're gonna be, like, YouTube stars for the next, like,
S-
years.
send me a Peloton and then we can be Peloton buddies.
It's funny because like, a lot of people seem to be at least they've gotten Peloton or they already had it and they're just starting to
I think it's just like people weren't using them. They were at work and stuff, and now they're like, "Hey, I'm at home. I might as well. Let's
yeah.
do it. I spent all this money. I might as well ride it."
Well, that's yeah. I mean, I'm on my 75th ride, and I got it like 8 or 9 months ago. So it's not,
Okay.
you know, but it's not bad. Plus, I used to travel a lot, so there's
I
that.
think they have like, don't they have like an app that you can just like download too? And
Yeah,
if you buy the bike, do you get the app too, or do you have to pay extra for the app?
yeah, right. What are you crazy? It's it's $45 a month.
For the app?
Yeah.
What? Just have a guy like cheer you on while you ride your bike?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it does take a special type of person, and also for me, it's all about the music and
Yeah.
apparently being drunk. Because
Do you ever look at it, you're like, okay, so my Peloton bike tells me I burn 400 calories, but I drink 500 calories.
that's why I don't eat. Come on.
Diet tips, no eating.
Yeah. Somebody asked me like last week, it was Kim. Hi, Kim. She said, "How do you always look so good?" I said, "I don't eat ever." It's not true.
It's not because I've seen you at a buffet. You should have seen her. You should put that picture up of you at the Vegas buffet with like 14 plates, and you're like, ah.
And that was like my third like go around. Like it wasn't even like
I think you got like 14 desserts. You're like, I'm just gonna take a couple bites of each and test them out.
that's what I did. We have to
Isn't
get
it?
you on a heart healthy regimen.
I can't do the cauliflower pizza. Sorry, I just can't.
Well, you've never had mine. Also, it sounds like Kirsten is like new to cauliflower cooking. Is that accurate?
I think she's only done it like once, so it didn't
Okay.
come out so hot.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So when I don't know, when I have the opportunity to make it for you guys, you'll see. Like you
There we go.
can barely tell the difference. Okay. So this week we have a couple of interesting things to talk about. Mark, why don't you kick it off with the conversation you had with your friend about traveling to Alaska?
Yeah, he was going. He had a trip for like a year. He's going to Alaska with his dad. They're gonna. Yeah, it's been booked for like forever.
It's been booked for a year,
Um,
it's going for a year. I'm like, what
yeah.
is
Oh yeah. No, no. He,
here?
he's not into the wild where he's gonna go live off a bag of rice in the woods. Great
Eat
movie and
right
book.
or something.
So they were gonna go to. I think they're flying into Fairbanks, and it was originally scheduled for like June, and they were gonna spend like a week fishing. Him and his dad. They've been wanting to do this trip forever. And Alaska has been under quarantine where if you fly into there, you have to stay under quarantine for 14 days, but that's supposed to lift in the next couple weeks. So he technically could take the trip, and there's like no cases up there. So Alaska is like, even in like our Facebook group and stuff, it's a place a lot of people are planning on going this summer just because there's no virus up there, which is how the virus will end up there. But let's, um, so he was like, I still want to go, early June, but we're flying United there. And then on our way back, they've changed our flights so much. And then on the way back, they canceled the flight from like Anchorage to Chicago. So they just have the flight from Chicago to Detroit. And he's like, well, what do I do? Will they let me cancel it? Can I get my money back? And I'm like, yes, DOT regulations state that you have to be able to get your money back. They'll try to give you a voucher. Tell them no, you want a full refund. And he's like, well, maybe I should book with something else. So I looked it up, and there were some flights on Alaska that were decent and good price. But I'm like, the real risk is you could get to Alaska, or you're connecting in Seattle. You could get stranded in Seattle because they're canceling so many flights, like a day or two out or the day of, because they just don't have enough people. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you could end up flying to Alaska and then not being able to catch a flight out for a while, or having to like fly from Alaska to Seattle, spend the night in Seattle before you can get on a plane to Detroit, stuff like that. So I don't know. I wanted to see, like, if you had to travel in the next couple weeks, what would be like your biggest fears, or what would you be most worried about? Like, not pandemic related as far as like getting sick, but like, what are some of the struggles you foresee? Because I know people are going to start traveling in the next month just from being pent up, even though most people will say it's not a great idea. But
Right. Okay, so like as I'm listening to your story, immediately my miles and points brain is like, like working overtime. And now I'm wondering, okay, which card would I book it with
yeah,
so that I could kind of hope for a cancellation or a delay so that I can stay somewhere free.
stay somewhere free where you can't do anything or go anywhere.
Well, okay, so what are the details of, all right, so let's say for like Alaska, right? He's not
Yeah,
going, he's like, that's not a place like that you're worried about not being able to do anything.
yeah,
Uh, let's say he gets stuck in Seattle or something, right?
yeah,
I'm sure there's plenty of places to go, things to see, whatever. I would
yeah.
probably, being like the psycho that I am, I would probably book like as many legs as possible and hope that
You'd be like,
there was,
"That's come on, I
yeah,
want to stay here."
like when you're like you book something kind of knowing that it's like an 80% chance that you're gonna somehow make out on the deal. That's what I would do. But what would a normal person do is the real
Yeah,
question.
yeah. I'll throw in there. His wife is like 6 months pregnant, and he has a 7 and a 9-year-old, and I'm like, dude, no.
You didn't say that. You
I
buried
know, but like,
the
what? Yeah, like if you have an emergency, it's gonna be tough to get back. Where normally you could, find a flight or whatever. You don't. They might be flying like every third day. You don't know how it's
She
playing out.
canceled the trip. Done.
Okay, but like, what are there any other things you're worried about? Like, I think that's a big thing to worry about, travel wise. Like, if anybody is taking a trip, hedge yourself or have a couple days if you need to
Mhm.
be back to work, or you have something important. Like, give yourself a couple days just for delays or where you get stranded, because I think it's going to happen more often than not. Like you said, book with a credit card that has some insurance. So if you do get stranded, you can, get food or a hotel for free and get it covered. Get some Bose headphones, yours break.
For free. Yeah, so let's actually like give people a list of what to do here. So number one, book with I would might actually book with multiple cards
Okay.
because right? So like you probably only have to book either hotel or one flight, like one way to be
Hmm.
covered, right? If you're
Yeah.
away from home. So I would maybe like take my two or three best travel credit cards, like with the best protections, and I would book separately that way. Cause you know how like there's a lot of maximums. So I know like back in the day when I did it, City had like a $500 maximum.
Hmm.
So yeah, so I would start there. I would try to get myself at least 3 of those, or 2,
Yeah.
whatever, depending on how many cards you have.
Book like the way out, the book the way back, stuff like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
different. Yeah, that way it's not the same trip.
Yeah.
Okay, and then second, I would try to make sure that work was okay with, well, that I was able to work if I had to from wherever I was.
Yeah.
That they were like on notice that I was taking a trip, and everybody's making concessions for the pandemic. That's for sure. So make sure work is okay with everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Make sure you have a little bit of extra time
yeah.
to
When you get delayed, do they also, if it's included in the budget, do they also pay for like changes of clothing and stuff?
they should, yeah. If your luggage, let's say your luggage is checked, and you get your flight gets canceled or something, you don't usually get your luggage back, or if you're like stranded.
What if you have nothing? What if it has nothing to do with luggage? Because I don't want to think about baggage stuff, just the travel delay or trip interruption.
It should. I mean, I think it should cover. Yeah, it should cover. I don't know if a delay would, but like if you're overnight, if you're stranded overnight, I think clothing would be included. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it should.
Um,
Oh yeah, pick the right card. Make sure work is on notice or that you can work. I don't know
oh,
anything
I
else.
remember now. I remember what I wanted to say now. I know some works are like making you if you have to go to like an office environment or something, and you travel, they're making you quarantine for like 2 weeks when you get back.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so like
Mm,
you might want to check with your human resource department if you are having upcoming travel, what type of stipulations they have. They might make you stay at home and work from home for a couple weeks, which for some people is the end of the world. Other people are like, that makes me want to travel. Like, why would I want to go to the office?
yep.
So that's something to check out for sure, because it might be something you have to deal with when you get back, which makes sense. I mean, especially if you're going to visit like New York City or something.
Yeah. What about
Quarantine.
what about your children? How would you have to prepare them for something like that? Like,
Oh, I couldn't even imagine. Like the only way I'd get on a plane right now with my kids is if like one of my parents was dying. Um, just
oh well.
because,
I know.
because like, how do
I
you like? Don't
believe.
touch that. Don't touch that. Don't eat that. Don't touch that. Like it would be awful. Like I know people. I read an article. Some people have like they brought like a sheet that they could just throw away and they like lay it over top of everything and then they wipe down everything else. And it's like okay. And then another guy's like, I'm sitting there all depressed and I leave my head on the window after I'd wiped everything down. I'm like, oh, I didn't wipe this down. How many heads were on this window today? Like, how many people coughed over here? It's like, there's so much. It'd be driving. We'd probably drive everywhere because I don't have any family internationally. So there's no way I need to get on a plane. I'll just drive. So that's what I do with kids drive.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I hate driving, but I was talking to Juan, Double Duty Daddy. He was on the show.
What's
I'll
up, Juan?
episode. He has a trip to go to Hawaii, but who knows if that's gonna happen or not, especially Hawaii, because I feel like it's like extra.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and honestly, I feel like this summer, your best bet at actually getting a vacation is maybe just like driving up the East Coast and stopping at like each beach town for a day or two.
Yeah.
So I might
That's our
actually,
plan. Because we have a lot of beach towns up in northern Michigan, so that's our plan is just head up there, for a weekend or whatever. Maybe and I think another thing is like renting a cabin or renting a house or something. I think that will be people's. What if it has like an indoor pool and like
indoor pool. What do I ever need an indoor pool for? Like, ugh.
well, like a lot of other people, not Bethany, will go to like the Smoky Mountains or something and like rent a cabin and stare at the nature and still be social distancing or whatever. So I think that'll be the big thing, like rental RVing, stuff like that. I think that will be the big
Yeah, I
thing.
know, like renting an RV, like that's one thing, but like I'd rather just stay home. But oh, hold on, I have the best story ever about indoor pools.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I used to do real estate in New York City, and I had a client who was looking for a $15 million townhouse. And we went to this like $12 million townhouse in Chelsea. And we walk in, and like the first thing you notice is like very pornographic pictures like all over the walls. Like not just like, people having sex or like something tasteful. Like no, like knives and like people doing each other with like knives and like blood.
Like the realtor wasn't like, maybe you should take those down before we do showings. Like, come on.
I'm guessing that the people either really wanted to keep them up because they wanted like a certain type of buyer, or the realtor felt very lucky to have the listing, so they didn't say anything. I don't know. Wait, so here's the best part. So we're walking through and we're looking at each other like, oh God, this is awkward. This is super uncomfortable. And then all of a sudden there's an indoor pool, right? And there's a swing right above it. Like
Just so all the liquids end up in the pool. That's a genius. I guess it gets instant sanitized by the chlorine.
No. I mean, if they didn't want to change like the character of their home, that could have been the one thing they did. You know what I mean? Because like, anybody ever gonna want to go in that pool after seeing? Like, first of all, it's an indoor pool, so it's already kind of like, right?
Yeah.
But then there's a sex thing, and you see these pictures, so you know what these people are into, right? It's not like a kid's swing.
It's like the dude on Billions. They're into the.
Oh my God. We accidentally watched the first episode the other day.
How do you accidentally watch it?
Yeah, because I didn't realize, like, I just like press next.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that it was the first episode, not like season 7 or whatever. And yeah, the first scene is like her peeing on him.
So how would people get into the swing? Do they have to like get into the pool and swim and then it gets lowered down?
Yeah. It was like in the middle of the pool. And the pool was pretty big. It was probably like, I have no concept of like spatial whatever, but I would say it was probably like 30 by like 15.
Yeah.
It was like the whole bottom floor. So yeah, I wonder if they were
So did they buy it or what?
No, are you kidding? You know what like kind of commission that would have been for me? Like 50 million times 3%.
Like what is that? Like 450,000?
Yeah.
Is that right? Let me check my math.
Yeah, that's right.
You should have sold it. Then you wouldn't be doing YouTube though. Yeah, 450K.
Who can retire on 450K? I'd still be here. Plus, I don't get it anyway, so. Anyway, tangent over. Sex. Take it down if you're selling your house.
And the pictures, like, come on.
It was disturbing.
I don't know if we can put this in.
I'll ask my sister.
I don't think we can.
Oh God. Okay.
Hey sis, watch this like 4-minute clip and let me know if it's okay.
Yeah, because if she's offended, well, actually, she's offended by everything. So I don't know.
So travel will be not sex swings, but
unless that's what you're into, and then
dominatrix cabins in the wood.
That's actually probably
boy.
$1 idea. Well, maybe not billion, but million for sure. Okay, next topic. Let's talk about our favorite topic, which is Vegas.
Yes, Vegas.
So a very popular
Vegas 2022.
2022. It better not be any freaking later. But honestly, I'm going next year. I don't care.
You're gonna mask it up,
Yeah, if I
drink,
gotta do what I
sip
gotta
the drink.
do. Oh, did you see the one on Twitter today? It's like a picture with like a mask that has a flap for a straw.
Yeah, something.
I'll buy it. I mean, listen, I don't want to have to wear a mask, but
Yeah,
I know it's going to be strongly encouraged
yeah.
per the 7-point safety plan of MGM.
They're not gonna be like denying people that don't have them.
No,
Oh wow, I thought
yeah,
that was like a for sure that they would. Huh.
yeah, it says strongly encouraged, but all employees obviously will be wearing one,
Yeah, yeah.
and probably most consumers. So Vegas, so they have extended status until what 2022 or the end of 2021, right? Each program.
Yeah, end of 2021. So,
Okay,
well, I guess like Caesars technically goes to like January 31st of 2022.
right. Yeah, they just changed
Yeah.
their learning period.
Hmm.
Okay, so number one, have any of the casinos aside from Caesars made it easier to earn status in 2021, or did they just do it for 2020?
I think Caesars only did it for 2020. I don't think they've done anything for 2021 yet. It's just easier to earn in 2020. Um, so they made like lower tier credit, and it isn't even really that great. It's like 20% discount of what you would have to earn. So
I might
I
disagree.
don't. You think that's good?
Yes, and I will tell you why.
I think it should be bigger.
Well, yeah, that would be great, but like the whole reason that Caesars changed their program in the first place was to basically do away with freeloaders who get it through matches, right?
Hmm.
So now, well, basically, I think they made it easy in the first place, but now I think it's like a gimme to at least go for Diamond Plus.
Yeah,
Because why wouldn't I want that when all I have to do really is earn 5,000 tier credits to get the diamond in a day bonus, right?
hmm,
Then you end up with 15. And then you might as well go for the extra 5 just to get the next status. Plus
yeah.
you're earning 4 free nights.
The
So
question is, are you going to be able to do that much gambling
yeah,
this year? That's why I think because the casinos have been shut down for so long, and then it's going to be another, 3-4 months before they pick up. So I think it's like you might get like 6 months of a year to gamble, and that's even if you're like ready to mask up or what, like.
huh?
So I feel like if they were really trying to encourage people, 20% discount isn't really that great because that's not going to draw them in. Is my thinking. Plus, everybody, if your status is rolling over already, what's the incentive to go hard if you already have status? Like we have diamond status through the match, we're gonna have diamond status next year.
Right.
If you earned it last year, if you hit the 25K last year, what's the point of going, this year? So I think they probably should have cut it deeper or tried to encourage more, if they really wanted to ramp things up. But I get your point too. Like if you are going to do it, it makes it easier this year than any other year. So you might as well try for it. But yeah, I have I have credits that I need to extend, so I'm gonna have to look into like their shopping portal and stuff.
Oh, that's another thing I've been playing around with lately. I have like a good post coming out next week that I think is going to be very exciting for people, at least for people like us.
Awesome.
Um, yeah. So, okay, so kind of moving on from that, here's the thing with that though. If you earn it again this year, you get the celebration dinner.
Diamond, yeah,
Which
dinner.
place you use it at?
Man, I don't know. I haven't really found a favorite place. We've used it at different places.
You love
Because
Gordon.
like my yeah, I love Gordon Ramsay and like, but I like the Gordon Ramsay fish and chips that's like in between Flamingo and Link, which you can use it there, but it's like $15 a plate, which is funny because if you like fish and chips and you go to his steakhouse or his pub, it's $30 for the exact same meal that you can get at the takeaway place for $15. So there's a
Really?
tip for you, I guess. Yeah.
Where is the
What'd
takeaway
you
place?
say? It's on that the Link Promenade, like right down that the new brick area that you walk like to go to the link in between
Same thing.
the Link Casino and Flamingo. Yeah, it's fish and chips, and you can pick like
Amazing.
you get like three different dips, and you can get like the seasoned fries or regular fries, and you get I think three pieces of fish for like between $15 and $20.
Wow.
But
Okay.
in his restaurants, yeah, in his restaurants is $30. So That's a huge savings right there, and then you can just take it into like one of the casinos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's legit. Like some of the best fish and chips I've had, like Dublin,
You
Europe, anywhere. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, that's what I'm most sad about, that I can't get it.
oh, all right. I'm so glad I know this tip now. Like I'm never gonna spend money at one of his restaurants again. Although I do like the burger place. Excellent, excellent
Yeah,
food for
and I
real.
know his. Have you ever gone to his steakhouse or whatever it is, where they bring out like the huge rack of meat and it's all just sitting there for you to pick from?
Doesn't do it for me.
You know where I was going to use it this year?
Where?
The Vanderpump cocktail area. So that was the plan when we go this year. We're gonna hang out there and get some drinks and food and stuff. But um, yeah, I know like you like Mesa, so
Mhm.
that's a big one to use it at. The Caesar's buffet, which we ate at, was good. That's a great option for it. Guy Savoy.
No, no. I don't need to go to the buffet. If you get like buy one get one free, you should go to that buffet. Otherwise, I
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
true.
It's
And
vive voix.
yeah.
You're French, okay?
So where do you use yours at Mesa pretty much, or do you use it anywhere else?
What do you think I'm going to tell you right now that's not going to surprise you at all?
That you only use it at Mesa?
But I forget to use it.
Oh, oh yeah, that does not surprise.
I I spend my life researching this for you people because I never actually take advantage of any of the things that I learn. We've used it one time.
Oh my god. And you go to Atlantic City all the time. You could use it in Atlantic City like easily.
I'm not leaving the Borgata, and you can't use it.
We did. We used. We went to the Guy Fieri one in Atlantic City, the restaurant there, and I used mine, and Kirsten used hers. So we had $200, and the food was okay. It was a decent atmosphere. It's cool though, because if you can get like a seat up by the window, you get like a beach view and like ocean view. So it's on the upper level, so you get cool views if you get there early enough to get a seat. And we had like $20 left over, and we had gone to the Total Rewards desk, or Caesar Rewards I should say, old school Total Rewards. So we went to the desk before we went to the dinner just to ask, like, do we need a voucher here, or is it on the, do you just swipe your card and stuff? And they're like, yeah, bring me back something or whatever. Two ladies that were working there, so they were joking with us, and we had like $20 or $30 left to spend because you have to use the whole $100 at one time. So we got like huge slices of chocolate cake and went back to the Caesar Rewards desk and gave them a bag of chocolate cake.
You guys are such nice people. I would have been like, "Oh, get a drink for me tomorrow."
The funny thing is, Kirsten walks up because she's like, I want to do it. I want to do it. You always do this stuff.
Aw.
So she's like taking the bags of chocolate cake, and she walks like to the front of the line. And the one lady's like, ma'am, you need to get in the back of the line. She's like, no, I don't. I'm bringing you cake.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Did the woman apologize? I hope so.
They were like, oh, I'm so sorry. This is so nice. But they like yelled at her for trying to bring them food. But it was just funny that she was like, no, I'm not waiting in line. Here's your cake.
Like, screw you, line what? I got you something.
I'll take this to my room and eat it Bethany style if you want.
I need to give this to you. Okay. I would have been like, you see this? Nope.
So the post you wrote, I think it went live today. We're recording on Thursday, so yesterday is the Caesars match, which has been like the easiest way to, or the not Caesars, but the Wyndham match, which has been the easiest way to do it because Wyndham and Caesars have a partnership. So, and then Wyndham had a match where you could take like your diamond stats from your Spire card, your Hilton Gold status from your Surpass card, or gold status and Marriott from your Amex Platinum. Like there's so many ways that you could match that over to Wyndham Diamond, and then match Wyndham Diamond to Caesars Diamond. And they've canceled that match, which I think they'll bring it back when travel's back.
I think
But
so.
for the time being, that's no longer the option. It's okay for like people like us that have been doing this for a while because we already have the diamonds. As long as the partnership stays in place, you should be able. There's an overlap between Caesars Rewards and Wyndham where you have like a month that you can match them back and forth each year. So we should still be good. But I know like people that are just starting out or find this info, it's going to be a lot tougher for them. So what are some of the options that you gave them.
Okay, so here's the thing. We are good.
As long as you have Caesar's Diamond right now, you're good.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want to be good because I want to take advantage of all these offers. So I came up with a few ideas that I did not put in the post because, you know, you can't write certain things, right? Like, I'm not trying to get banned from casinos. I'm just trying to help out the 200 people watching this.
You guys are lucky. The lucky 200.
Exactly.
We got to talk about sex swings and Caesars.
Okay. So, how many people have had this situation where you sign up for a credit card, right, of a loyalty program, and all of a sudden you have two accounts? Like everyone ever, right? At one point I had two Hilton accounts, I had two Marriott accounts, I had two SPG accounts. So basically what happens is when you sign up for a co-branded card, that could be, in this case, it's going to be your Total Rewards, Wyndham, World of Hyatt, and M Life MasterCard. I think it's a MasterCard. When you sign up for an account and you don't put your loyalty number in the application, they will often create a separate account for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my idea is to just not put in the loyalty program number and get the second account, which will make it so easy for you to take advantage of all the status matching that I outlined in the post. And then get what, like, I think it's 4 free nights. So there's 2 at Hard Rock. There's 1 Regatta. Some people say that when you do it in Atlantic City, that it comes with a certificate that they don't advertise.
Oh, I didn't get that. But
Yeah. Oh, you
I
didn't?
wish. No.
Interesting. Okay. So I guess I don't know like what, what different.
But I did mine like a year ago, so
Okay.
it could be different.
Yeah, it could be or it couldn't be. So so we're already looking at 3, right? And then we're
Yeah.
talking about like a couple $100 in free play. Like,
Mhm.
why would I want to just match my statuses when I can go do that? Plus, if you have already used your diamond bonus from like last year, like your
Your
celebration,
celebration dinner. Yeah.
they're not re-upping it for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's another way to get that also. And then, to get M Life, because M Life is the hard one if you're not on the gravy train already, because you have to go to Atlantic City to get it.
Yep.
So that's my idea. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's worth a try, at least, like, because the total rewards card, you get like $100 bonus too with it. So at least you're getting something if you give it a go. So
Yeah.
I would definitely try it. And another tip, like if you're getting married soon and you're going to take your spouse's name, get
Yep.
a card before you get married and then get a different card after you get married. And
Yep.
then you have 2 accounts, because I know that's what I think wife has two accounts for something like that, like name change type of thing, and it's just been carrying on forever. So that's an option too. But yeah, I think that's a good idea to try. I'd give it a try at least to see if they issue a whole new system, a whole new account number and stuff, which they normally do for other loyalty programs. So I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Yeah. And then, well, okay. And then here's the other part of this. You didn't hear this here, but like, let's say you sign up for a loyalty program and then you like forget that you had it, which I do all the time, right? So I'm Bethany R. Nobody knows the difference.
Nobody checks. Yeah, nobody checks.
Same address, apartment 19. Like, unless you have some crazy name that like there's no possibility of anyone else ever having. First of all, I would change my name. Second of all,
Just so you get free casino stuff. Change your name to Tom Smith.
if you happen to be a new member, hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah, you can take advantage of all these things all over again. And I really like the idea of starting with the one that like is the lowest value, because then you're not like burning any, extra play or free nights or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Good. That's a great tip. Those
Yep.
200 people out there, you
Yep.
guys, gold.
All know what's up. In the know. Next week we'll talk about the other stuff that I have. It's been cooking. That's why I haven't been sleeping. I'm like, oh my god, there's so much stuff to write about. I don't know what to do. Of those cards, which would be your favorite? Like, do you have either the M Life or Caesar's Rewards cards?
I used to have the Caesar Rewards a long time ago, like when it was Total Rewards. And I mean, it's a decent card. Like if you're on property, you're earning 5 times, which is basically 5% back on that stuff. So that's not bad. M Life, I think, has a similar type of thing. And then if you're a low roller, both of them will get you like free parking or something like that, enough status to get something out of it. Interesting though, if you do, I know PDX Deals guy got an offer once, like he had diamond status and then his diamond status fell off and they sent him like a card offer and said, hey, we'll give you $100 bonus plus diamond status if you sign up for our Caesar Rewards card. So they do like targeted offers for that too. So that's worth like checking out, or if you get one of those, definitely worth it. I mean, if I was like gung ho way above 524, why not grab? And I was going to Vegas, why not grab it? That's something else. Another tip is if you want to do Vegas on the cheap, like grab one of the Wyndham cards when they're at like 45,000 or whatever, because Wyndham points aren't really worth that much now, and you can transfer them to total rewards and you can use them at a cent a piece. So that's like what we did one trip. Kirsten got like 50,000 Wyndham points. We transferred it over, so she had $500 in funny money in Vegas, and we went balls to the walls and all the nice dining and pool. I mean, at the pool, eats up like $150 in drinks. That's like 4 drinks, but
Yeah, exactly.
so we had some fun with it for sure. Yeah, so that's a good way to do it if you're doing Caesars.
Okay, so every week we try to cover something having to do with credit cards. And last week obviously was crazy, but this week is also a little crazy with I think probably the most talked about issuer right now, which is Amex.
Yep.
Like what the hell is going on over there?
Amex is like, it's like they have 3 different departments and none of them talk to each other.
Well, like nobody is like that. One hand has no idea what the other is doing, and is that the right
Yeah, like one hand washes the other, doesn't wash the, I don't know, but like
that.
they're all in their own worlds doing completely different stuff. It's bizarre.
Okay, so on the one hand, you have people who are reporting that they're getting 50,000 like membership rewards retention offers, 30,000. Sean today said him and his wife both got 30,000. I called yesterday for a card that I've had for 6 years. And the guy's definitely never heard of a membership reward point. Like has actually no idea what they are.
He just transferred in from Chase. He didn't know what you're talking about.
I was like, this is a hang up callback situation. We call that. But I didn't even want to do that. I was so frustrated that I just went on chat and canceled the card immediately. I was like, nope, don't even care how many membership rewards points it is. It's not worth dealing with you or anybody in your organization ever again. It was, and then of course today I see Sean said we both got 30,000. I'm like, oh, too.
Yeah, I got Kirsten called on hers like 2 weeks ago. Which she got a 20K offer last year, so I wasn't expecting anything this year because Amex does it like every other year basically. But this was before they rolled out all their credits and stuff that they were doing, which I probably would have kept it if I knew credits were coming. But so I expected something just because of the. I would have considered it at least, but with the pandemic, I'm like, this is a travel card. I can't use any of the perks. Like, you have to give me something. So we downgraded to the gold, which we neither of us has. It's probably the best card on the market, all around card for earning points, in my opinion. Like grocery 4 times, restaurants 4 times, flights 3 times. Like, and they just added travel insurance for flights and stuff. So you really can't beat it. So I wanted one of those anyways. We both gotten a bonus in the past, so we couldn't sign up for a new one. So we just downgraded. I don't really regret it, but I was hoping for like a 50K offer. Like everybody's getting these 50K offers, no spend. That's what she said. That's what she said. So I mean, I don't regret going to the Amex Gold because it's a great card and it's something we needed anyway, but I definitely wanted those offers. Now, something that I wrote about a couple days ago was people have been getting actually denied by Amex, which is like
I want to talk about. Yes.
Yeah, it's like unheard of. Like especially current card members. Like sure, people have gotten the pop-up where they might not get the button. So yeah, they're denying people, which is unheard of from Amex. In the past, people would get a pop-up, they'd still get approved. They might not get the bonus, but they'd still get approved. Especially current card holders, basically free reign. Like you sign up for a card, you get it. Like no matter what. And now people are starting to get denied for too many credit inquiries, too many. The balance is too high compared to their income. Another one was they had a payment that was returned like 3 years ago, or had a late payment 3 years ago. So normally, like if you miss a payment or something, it goes for 6 months. You can't get an Amex card, but they're digging deep in the well to deny people, which is, and I know a lot of people are still getting approved, but we never hear of any type of approval issues with Amex. So it's bizarre.
Okay, so two things. One, where are the data points from?
Yeah, so like readers and then like a friend, they actually sent me in like the letter that they got from Amex. So I read it and saw it, like, so this is legit. It's not like trolls trying to, start something. It's like legit from Amex. This is what they got. And this all happened within the last couple of days.
What does this remind you of? People getting letters saying you have too many inquiries and stuff?
Yeah, it does. It does seem like it's building to something. I mean, we don't know anything of how many inquiries. Like both these people that sent it to me have, inquiries in the teens and stuff. So they're like heavy hitters. It's not like some people that have like 7 or 8 or whatever.
Okay, so
But
it's not okay. And do we know like what their credit status is? Like, are we at like 5 million or 2 million, or are we like
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I know they've been hitting like.
inquiries?
I'm sorry.
You said 15 inquiries.
Yeah, like up in that level, like in the.
They're out there.
Yeah, they're up there. It's not like a person that's churning 5 cards that's getting it. So yeah, it's just weird because a lot of these people have been hitting Amex, multiple times. Like Amex allows you to have 10 charge cards now. Like they put the limit at 10, so people were like going for like 30
I don't think there
because
was.
no, they just came out with a limit like that you can only have 10 charge cards.
They came out with a limit. That's it, guys. If you want an Amex card for any reason whatsoever, get them now. That's what I think.
Yeah, so I think they're working their way toward like more and more and more and more. So
Oh
it
yeah.
does seem like some type of 524 type esque thing is coming. Like Bank of America has their thing, Citi has their thing. Amex was once a lifetime, but you could get around that pretty easily, through targeted offers and stuff, or
Great.
incognito offers and stuff. So it was never really once a lifetime, and lifetime was 7 years. So I think they're doing something. It's just we don't have enough data points to see what it is, but it will be interesting to watch.
So I think what I'm going to start doing is trolling people on LinkedIn to find out like who's on this rat team. Because
Like anybody that has Amex in their title, like Amex Information Technology. You're
exactly.
right.
Yeah, I want to know who's behind this. I want to talk to them. It's going to make me famous. I'm sure of it. You'll be there because we're going to get famous together. And and yeah, I think it's either like a super smart person or like computers have gotten so smart that like they can recognize like churners, which is
Yeah.
crazy because it could just be somebody who spends a ton of money, pays off their card. I don't know. It's interesting. Also, what's really interesting to me is that like even the business cards are being affected and like they have very little data for business accounts.
Yeah.
So, like the fact that they're figuring all this crap out is, I mean, a tribute to Amex. But like maybe you should spend more money on like your cards and rewards so that you keep customers because Chase and Citi are just like circling the drain at this point, especially
Yeah.
with Chase like announcing that there's like less transfer partners. And I mean, oh, something I really wanted to talk to you about.
Hmm.
Cares if I can get 12 times the points on a Hilton card for grocery?
People that said Hilton.
Who cares?
Now I do care to a point. I care because with the Surpass card,
Like 3%.
but with the Surpass card, I'm going for the 15K free night anyway. So if I'm gonna earn 12 times on it, that's great. Like I'm not like going gung ho like some people are, but an interesting way to look at it is if you are a big spender where
Mhm.
you're hitting all these you're churning points, miles and points, miles and points, and you're looking for cash back and stuff, you can cash out Hilton points at 2/10 of a cent. So if you're earning those at 12 times,
You.
you are getting 2.4% back in Amazon.
Mhm.
So that's another option if you're maxing out your other cards, your 2% card, your whatever. That's another option if you're buying Visa gift cards that you can rack it up and you're earning these. It's basically a 2.4% cashback card if you think of Amazon as cashback. So
You know,
those people care.
to like certainly to your credit is that you're earning it you're using it toward the 15K spend.
Hmm.
I don't know. There's so many ways to get Hilton points that I think it's so ridiculous
Oh,
to
understandable. Yeah.
waste it. You know what I mean? Like you can do like an incognito offer for 150K, which will get you half a night somewhere at the what do I call it? Is that a
No, I think you said like the Hilton Garden Place or something like that. Like you mixed Hyatt Place and Hilton Garden in together.
Hilton place?
It was like the best thing ever too. I laughed so
Literally, I still have no idea what they're called. I think
hard.
it might actually be one.
It's Hilton Garden Inn. Yeah, that is one.
It is. Oh my god.
HGI. There you go. There's Bethany's take on Hilton points. $1 billion gets you half a night somewhere.
Literally. I have like 800,000 Hilton points. I'm like, cool, still can't stay anywhere.
I'm just waiting for that next error where you can cash them out at half a cent each on Amazon. I drained like 300 or 400K last time.
Yep.
And I should have just drained them all because, like you said, you can replenish them pretty easily. So if that ever comes again, or maybe that's why people are doing the 12 times because they're waiting for another one to come up. But that's a huge way to cash them out.
I wish I had done the same. So my strategy is that I always try to keep 1 5-night stay or like 1 4-night stay or whatever it is per loyalty program. I always try to keep that amount of points. With Hilton, it's like if I want to stay somewhere nice, they're like 4 million points for for a room with a balcony and nothing else is available for the next 10 years. Awesome.
Yeah, if their standard reward is gone, it's like astronomically high.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We hope that you had fun and definitely tune in and subscribe. All right, have a great night.
Give us thumbs up. Lots of thumbs up.